We need to report this to him. I don't care if he menaces us with punishments. He is going to listen this time around. Come on, Boko said, running away with Deco. A little robot with 2 horns came floating away, scared. Bokum, what are you yelling? Deco asked. Guys, it's horrible. The Doctor, Shadow, and Rouge. Ah! I don't want to think about it, Bokum said, moving his hands up and down. Keep it down. Yeah, damn right. Keep it down. Tell us what happened to them, Boko demanded. Bokum sniffed. Well, this is what happened. Space Colony Ark, Capsule Room. I think this is, other Chris, so, Shadow, what is wrong with you? Stop! Ah! Chris yelled, barely evading one of Shadow's spin dash attack. Orders from the Doctor. You must be eliminated now, Shadow said in a serious tone. But I thought you were going to use me as bait for Sonic, Chris protested. Him? No, you don't understand. He's already in our side. What? That can't be possible. He never joined you in his life. Feel the truth, kid. He's bad. A villain. Admit it, Shadow said, crossing his arms. Chris looked at the floor, clenching his hands. No, you're lying. Unfortunately, Chris wasn't expecting Shadow, and the hedgehog used another spin dash, and Chris blocked his face and yelled in terror. Ha! A branch smacked the spin dash, and Shadow was sent crashing to the wall. Some fucking ultimate life form he is, alright. Huh? Chris opened his face. Fucking Cronenberg body horror. And he gasped when he saw another human and more strange persons standing in front of him. Who are you? Allies! Now stay behind and try not to be attacked, Falco said, glancing at Shadow. But how did you came here? It doesn't matters, the other Chris said, and shook his head. So you're here. Good. Now I can kill all of you in one assault, Shadow said. Not if we attack first, Popo said. Chris ran away with him. Leave this to us, Mewtwo said, glowing. Wasn't there a death battle of Mewtwo versus Shadow? I don't know. I don't watch that series very much because it's stupid, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the episodes. I think Mewtwo won. I sort of just skip to the end and see who wins. It's usually quite a gruesome finale. Mewtwo said, glowing. He, Popo, Nana, Falco, and Roy stepped in front of Chris, the other Chris, Amy, Lucario, Pit, and Jigglypuff. Chris nodded and he told Chris to come with him and the group escaped. Okay. Fine. I shall kill them later. Shadow pointed at the current group in the room. You're next. So be it, Mewtwo said. Space Colony Ark, near the capsule room. Wait, just who are you? Amy, you know them? Chris asked while running. I just met them a while ago. They're a lot of help, Amy said. But the only thing I can't understand is why is another kid like me doing here? Chris said, confused. Hey, I'm not a kid, Chris protested. Haven't you seen yourself in a mirror? You have the same height as me. What are you talking about? Chris noticed that he was the same size as the other Chris. This world has also his own air? Now I'm even more confused, Chris said. Stop. Please stop. First, we must introduce ourselves, Chris suggested. 5 minutes later. Your name is Chris too? Chris asked, and Chris nodded. Fuck's sake! Or a channel at Chris, you son of a bitch. Why can't you just call them Chris and Chris 2 or something? Just anything to distinguish them. And Chris nodded. And they are your partners? Even the angel? Chris asked, pointing to Pit. No, we don't like him. We're just dragging him along. He's our prisoner. Even Pit, Chris said. And you're here to destroy that bomb which is going to explode, right? Correct. But I don't understand why Shadow said Sonic was a bad guy. This is going to sound very painful to you, but Sonic has been turned into a bad guy just recently, Chris said, looking away. To not confuse both kids, Chris, I'm not a kid, with their names, we're going to call the Chris from Sonic's world Christopher outside the dialogue. Good man, or a Chandler, Chris. I'm glad you saw sense. Shame about the first paragraph of this. Well, I mean, your idea of paragraphing is fairly tenuous at best, but oh well. Christopher's eyes widened after hearing that Sonic was now a villain. But how? Sonic is not a bad guy. It's the truth, Jigglypuff said. I fought him not so long ago, Lucario said. Why? Who made him to act like that? It was me, Christopher asked. You have nothing to do with this. Sonic was attacked by the Primids, Chris said. Primids? Chris, Lucario, Jigglypuff and Pit explained everything to Christopher. So they are the responsibles for this? Christopher asked. Pit nodded. I can't believe this. Well, I can't believe it either, but in order to make Sonic a good guy again, we need to defeat him, Chris said. All right, I understand, but please try not to kill him. Christopher has joined your team temporarily. Oh, don't be afraid. I'll never die by them ever in my life, a voice spoke behind them. Sanic! Amy shouted. Sonic, so it's true, Christopher said. I think I'm going to use a different vowel to replace the O in Sonic's name from now on, I think. Just sort of alternate. Sonic, so it's true, Christopher said. It's true what? The fact that I'm going to kill you here right now? Sanic asked, smirking. Okay, I'm so mad at you now. Give me back my Sanic, Amy said with hammer ready. Wait, hold on. You're not what? You're not the Sinic I knew before. The Sonic I knew. No, it's a good friend, a hero to many persons, a person who doesn't hesitate to stop Dr. Eggman. The person that leaves you most of the time while you enjoy your free time with Tails, Amy, Cream and Cheese, and he will just come when you're in danger, Chris finished. What? Why is he trying to turn them against Senic, man? Sunic, Sanic, Splenic, Splonic. Because it's like Catatonic. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, sure, he's their enemy now, but they just need to beat him up a few times and it'll be okay, right? Whatever. I don't know how this works. I haven't seen Senic X. I don't know. While you enjoy your free time with Tails, Amy, Cream, and Cheese. Who the fuck are Cream and Cheese also? And he will just come when you're in danger. Is he saying he likes to eat cream and cheese? Is like a sort of, is it like that, like he says he has afternoon tea with Tails and Amy? Is that what they're going for? I don't know. And he will just come when you're in danger, Chris finished. Well, sadly that is true, but I know your friend also leaves you alone. And how did you know it? How did you knew about Cream and Cheese? Christopher tried to taunt and asked. Who? Lucario? Chris looked at Lucario and both laughed heartily. He doesn't leave my side ever. I'm always taking him in every adventure. And for your question, I know many things. What? He is right, Lucario said, nodding. Christopher was now feeling a little depressed. Everyone didn't notice that he was ducking in a corner with black tiles surrounding his body as he was touching the floor with one finger. What does that mean? We just made him to act like an emo, Pit said. Yeah, you gotta put a stop to that, Pit. Use fucking electroshock therapy. I like to think that Pit is just like a fucking... he's like a sort of really, really strict, strictly religious, like he's sort of like dogmatically so. Maybe he wants to use electroconvulsive or whatever it's called therapy on Christopher to or other Chris to cure his antisocial tendencies. We just made him to act like an emo, Pitt said, like fucking Mike Pence. Mike the gay zapper Pence. Mike LGBT BBQ Pence. Mike LGBT ACDC Pence. Mike faggot medicine from Thomas Edison Pence. Sorry. Oh boy. Vice President, everyone. Vice President Pence. Oh boy. It's 4 years, it's gonna be fun. We'll see. Who knows, maybe he'll still be doing this at the end of his term. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. Maybe he'll be impeached before that. Only time will tell. Fingers crossed I'll get this done within, like, as I've said, a reasonable span of time, but who knows? Maybe I'll never finish it. Maybe I'll fucking die before I finish reading this fucking story. Just forever. Subspace Emissaries World's Conquest. Hell, maybe your channel, Chris, will keep upvoting it. Maybe it will be a sort of a constantly changing work, and I'll have to keep revisiting it and re-recording parts and going back over it, and it'll just be thousands and thousands of episodes. Fingers crossed that won't be the case.